healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
And hello.
Welcome back.
That's how I like to start. I go, from nothing comes something. Oh my God. I'm really trying to get away from using, I feel like for years I just had like such identity issues that I would have to wear a mask of being like, hi.
Right.
Because otherwise, and it's like, who am I in front of other people? I don't know. And I'm afraid. But that's weird.
Now you're you.
Now I'm me. Kind of. And then it turns out that is also kind of me.
Right.
Hi. I'm here.
Yeah, why do we have to be consistent as a person? I'm completely different
Me
around
too.
certain people than I am, especially in private. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
No,
Totally.
I think that's who
have
we
you ever
are.
done podcasts where you're like, well, I did not feel funny on that one.
Yep.
Oh
And
my God.
it's because that person is not your funny person.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
certain
Yes.
people that you connect with on a comedic level.
Yep.
And there's some that you're like, I blame them.
Yes. Yeah.
Me too.
Because some people are not receptive and some people are hogs.
No yes anding.
They're
Hogs.
hogging the funny.
Right.
I'm like, I'm giving laughs. I am giving laughs.
I've watched
Although-
a bar stool, and even though I'd love to do a bar stool,
Please
the
have
guy
us.
that does the KFC radio, he always does breakdowns of news stories. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kentucky Fried Chicken Radio?
Maybe it's not I feel like it's always that. He's from Barstool, but anytime I see him doing an interview, he's just interrupting the whole time.
Ugh.
Sounds like a bar stool, man. Again,
Sounds
have
like
us on. Have us on. We'd love to do it. I was noticing this. I actually like really enjoy kind of being a fake bitch. It's kind of a pleasure of mine that I will be on the phone with people about like gigs and I'm just like, oh, Andy, you're a card. Anyway, $300 in Mississippi.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I can fly myself out.
Have you had that where you like, of course, like I get embarrassed if my spouse hears me do that.
Yeah.
Or like when
Yeah.
you have your certain speaking voice, like I always had a waiting table speaking voice.
Oh, interesting.
It's a little peppier
Yeah.
Yeah.
than
Absolutely. It's
Right.
got two exclamation
it's really
marks.
nice.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like candy and really sweet
Yeah.
kind of. But it's
Yeah.
embarrassing. But you can't just I couldn't go far in life if I actually showed up and how I really am. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I know. It's like you
100%.
kind of have to be fake, and people always there's always like say that as a pejorative of like, oh, she's so fake. But it's like, oh, so am I supposed to just let everyone know what I really think?
right, it's quite
Yeah,
cruel.
like, yeah, to be like, I'm sorry, you disgust me. But you know, instead it's like, okay, cool. Well, you do you.
Yeah.
It's a kindness. It's a kindness.
I'm still stuck on like I had to do a front facing video a couple days ago for a club because they're like, we need you to
Oh
make
God. And
and-
they don't get views.
No,
No
there's
promotional
no reason
front
for it.
face.
Yeah.
You're like, you want 5 people to see it, but the algorithm's not going to hit it.
It
It's
took me
embarrassing.
6 hours to make. It's so
Yeah.
embarrassing. My boyfriend walked in while I was doing it, and I was just like immediately pissed off at him.
Right.
Because
Mortifying.
I was like, put on your headphones and get in the other room. Hey, can't wait to come to Breckenridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never help. They
No.
they don't help. And it's like if I was somebody that was like, should I see Katie Hannigan perform? And then I see like a front-facing video of myself, I'm like, nah,
mind.
I'm good.
Right.
I think I'm good. I actually don't want to go.
Yeah. She doesn't seem fun.
Well, I have a tale. And then we'll introduce the guest actually, because I do want to share something. I have new merch. This is such a huge journey for me.
yeah.
I have partnered with Chrissy's Candle Creations.
Your merch is candles?
Well, it's actually lip balms. They're all natural lip balms that
Yes.
Chrissy makes. And then I put like my own branding and little jokes on
Is
there.
Chrissy a person we know or just the company?
Just a company. Well,
Okay.
I've chatted with her on the phone. She's a lovely gal, but she's like in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. But they also do, which I would love to add, they do crystal candles, you know, where they have like the herbs and stuff.
Oh,
inside.
yeah.
They're so cool. But that's too heavy. So I'm just doing
Yep.
the lip balms now, and they're biodegradable. They're in like the cardboard tube. And I sold them this weekend in Denver, and I sold like 30.
That's amazing.
That's such a good idea for merch too.
I know.
Yeah, and also it's a good idea for me because if my lips dry out for a moment, I become a
You can
beast
dig
of
into
a
your
woman.
stash.
Yeah. Yeah, I just get in there. I'm giving people half-used
go
lip
into my
balms.
inventory.
Yeah. Like that. It's actually worth more because
Yeah,
it's had
it
my
costs
DNA on it, and you can implicate me. So anyway,
Well, it's
that's
also like, how many more shirts can you get?
Yeah.
I can't deal with
give
shirts.
Joe and I sometimes shirts. He gets a lot more, and I'm like this. I don't have any room. There's no room for any of this crap anymore. Like,
No.
Yeah.
it's just waste.
To guess
Nobody
people's
wants
sizes.
shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say don't buy shirts. I saw a guy who was
You're
writing.
gonna buy our shirts.
Well, right.
love this
Sorry.
sweatshirt.
This is actually I'm like shitting on our merch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
well,
I
these
do
are
love a shirt
available.
merch.
These are available through our website, and actually, it's wearing pretty good. I've washed this several times, and I don't
And
skimp.
it hasn't faded.
Hasn't faded. But welcome to our fabulous guest, Carmen Lagala.
Yeah, thank
Hi.
you.
Thanks, guys. Hi.
You actually did a bonus for us years ago when we first started because at that time you had been going and living in Colombia.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
That was during your Colombia era, and
Yeah.
then I feel like we never actually had you on as an actual guest. Did we? Or did we?
No.
I think we kept trying and it just never.
Because that's
sounds
when we were
right.
Yeah.
doing.
That sounds-
And once you ask a certain number of times, I just assume I've already had that person on. Did you
I
ever do
know.
that where you're like,
It's-
I think I
Yeah.
already had them.
They're on. They've been
You're
on.
in a new era now.
Yeah.
You're in
Yeah.
a new era. What's going on with you? What are you up to lately?
Oh gosh. Well, this past week my cat's been sick.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Holy shit!
What did
trying to like
what did
pill
your
a
cat
cat?
get?
What the fuck? I don't know. That's the thing. I spent $2,500 to find out that like we don't know. But she is on the
flu.
mend. She's doing so much better. I
How
wouldn't
did you
come
know
here with
she
bad
was
cat
sick?
news. She was pooping and peeing on my bed. That was like
Okay.
number one
That's
sign.
a red flag.
Yeah.
You're like, she never does that.
Yeah.
I swear. Oh, that's great if you have a fetish.
Yeah. She was shitting on my chest and I was loving it. But
I heard this on The Daily, which I listened to. I want everyone to know. I feel like when we went out last week, I was explaining to you what The Daily was, and you were like, I know what that is. And then later I replayed it in my mind that I'm like, Sarah, it's like a news show. And you were like, oh, okay. And then later I was like, of course she knows.
Yeah.
for the
So,
listeners,
had to get that out.
didn't cross my mind and being like, why is she explaining this to me? Katie, I know the Daily.
You idiot.
I can always take a refresher course.
Same.
Yeah.
I know. When people tell me, I was like, but
Maybe
that's-
new information's coming out that I don't know about the Daily.
Yeah, you never know.
Right.
But they were saying that there's a lot of bird flu that's going around now, and it's infiltrated the food supply, and a lot of pets are actually getting sick from it.
yeah.
And there's no way to like test, but
Right.
if they had either come in contact with like an animal from outside, you can get it from that, or you can actually get it from pet food if it's undercooked or whatever. It can be in the food.
yeah.
So maybe.
Are you cooking your cat food? Are you cooking your cat food?
Feeding your
is
cat
what we
raw
want to
eggs.
know.
Yeah.
I don't cook my own food. That's just not going to happen for my cat. I use canned foods,
Okay.
but it's still a possibility. That's the thing. It's like we're not eating it as humans and then going to the hospital. They're not
Right.
like tracking and I guess they're kind of being like, what food do you feed your cat? And then if enough
Yeah.
people say something,
But it's like
Yeah.
it's in the food supply, so it's like it's
yeah,
it's in there.
yeah,
It's in there.
Well, they got to be getting it somewhere because it's not like cats are social.
yeah.
Right.
Right?
Does your cat go outside? I mean, you live in
No.
Bushwick, so I'm assuming that would be
I do. In the summer, I will go out with her
okay.
and just sort
Yeah.
of like watch her.
Do you
and
put her
she
on a
sniffs
leash?
things. No,
Oh,
she'll sniff around and then she'll sprint back inside.
Right.
Yeah.
She came from outside. She was there for years, and then I brought her inside. She has the good life now.
Oh, that's
Right.
nice. I love
I love
that.
there are indoor cats and outdoor cats. I did.
It's crazy. Yeah, you're like, my cat is a homeless person, I guess. It's
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch out there.
Well, that's why I like that neighbor Gotsy bit recently. I think I saw a clip we're talking about wasn't it like in the 80s there would just be a dog outside? But they don't do that anymore.
Yes,
I don't
that's
think
so
you
true.
see there used to be
Stray
like in the
dogs.
suburbs you would just have a dog on in someone's yard, your friend's yard, and they'll be like, "That's our dog," but it's just on a leash in the backyard.
We had a dog like that.
And it'd be like
we
this,
were
That's a really good dog impression.
Yeah.
That's actually perfect.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Thank you.
So Carmen, are you on the road right now? Or are you traveling?
Yeah, a little bit.
Where are you going next?
I am in Connecticut for a bunch of shows.
Oh, nice.
Vermont
Easy.
Comedy Club in April.
Love Vermont.
You're a Vermonter.
Yeah.
I could live in
going
Vermont.
home.
Oh,
I
I
could.
know. Oh, it's a beautiful land.
Just in the summer, though.
You got
I know.
married there.
You got married?
No, you got married there.
No, I got married in Terrytown.
Oh.
Which is the Vermont of New York.
Yes.
It's the North.
That's what we said.
Yeah. Oh, so classy. You're like classed it up a little bit. Tell us, what's your favorite things about Vermont? Being as someone, you're the only person I know from Vermont besides Kendall.
Yep.
Bernie
We're
Sanders.
the only
Oh, and
ones.
Bernie.
And Bernie.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Everybody's got the heart of Bernie. Yeah, I love Bernie. So I love the Bernies from there. And nature. Dude, there's
Yeah,
just
the nature is
tons of
beautiful.
the trees, the trails. I miss them so much. And I can feel my mental health diminish here and then
Right.
just blossom when I'm in a forest.
Nature does do that to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's also interesting. Joe and I went for a little walk in Vermont. We're just walking. We're in the woods, and then this kid came up with a rifle, and you have that moment of like this. Oh my God, is this like a school shooting? And then we're like, no,
We're not in a school.
This is
We're in a
Vermont.
forest. Yeah.
but it
It's
did
just a
feel like
friend.
we're about to get shot. But you're like, no,
Yeah.
he's just like a regular kid.
It's so
in
funny.
Vermont.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's true. My friends would like go out on the weekend and just like sit in a tree and wait for a deer to come by. And that didn't
Wow.
strike me as weird at all. I was
Right.
just like, yeah, AJ just was in a tree this weekend. Just
Yeah,
with
just
his
looking at
thoughts.
Hanging
deer.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a film years ago in Jamaica, Vermont. This is in like 2018. Yeah. We all drove in a giant RV from the city. So we drove up, and the film was like, it was like a short film about people that were going. It was like a comedy about like, an ensemble comedy of people that were going to live off the grid. And then it's like, of course, like chaos ensues because we're all like yoga teachers or whatever.
Right.
Yes.
And so but it was really cool because we got to spend a while up there. I think it was at least a week. And so we're out there, but we're in the middle of nowhere, and they rented a big Airbnb for everyone. And the owner of the Airbnb like comes by when we're settling in, and he's like, okay, so like probably a lot of people are going to get ticks. So, you know, like when you go back to the city, just go to your doctor and, you know, just have him test you. I'm like, I don't have a doctor. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? This is like, I'm on like a sack waiver. Like,
Yeah.
please. Everyone starts freaking out. And then like one of the sound guys was like, look, I will check everyone for ticks. It's like all hot girls. You know?
Yeah.
We're like, thank God he's going to check our bodies. And then the owner guy was like, and the other thing is, you know, when you see the bears, you just yell at the bears, or, you know, just take the bear whistle. We're like, what the fuck is going on in this?
Yeah. What's happening
Where are
here?
we? The bears? I'm like, I can't deal with the bear. I can't. Even like it was the black bear, which feels wrong
They're
to say.
big
As a white
dog.
woman, I
They're
hate
cute.
saying that. But
You're like,
yeah.
black bear, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. I'm like the black bear. Okay, I'm fine. That's what they're called. That is what they're called. But it was wild, and we did shoot in like a field, and you know we're like spraying each other down. It was nuts.
What year was this? The
This
ticks
was in
are-
2018.
Yeah,
in
you
the
get-
summer, in
yeah.
the summertime.
A while. Do
I
you
don't
have Lyme
think
disease?
they were
Yeah,
ticks.
I don't know. Never found
Do
it.
you?
I bet I do for sure. I mean, I
It's
would
an
be surprised if I
odd-
didn't.
Vague.
Yeah. They'd be like, you're
thing.
tired. And I'm like, of course I'm tired.
Yeah, I know.
I live in the city.
Yeah.
Fibromyalgia. Well,
Right.
I wouldn't mind getting it because you do get thin. Oh, I'm so slight. I can't eat red meat.
The Ozempic for,
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that. I'm like, should I just get a tapeworm or something just for like a quick
Yeah.
Oh
drop?
my God. Yes.
just lose a quick 10 and then I go back
Right.
to
And you just pull the worm out your ass.
Yeah, you have to coax it out. You starve yourself and then you coax it with like a snack.
You do like a whole influencer video about it in your aloe
That's great.
workout outfit.
Today I'm going to be coaxing out my tapeworm with a double stuffed Oreo.
Yeah, you're just trying different snacks, see what it prefers.
Oh, how cute.
I have gotten ticks. I think I've taken them off in time though. They kind of got to be on you for a little bit.
So walk us through what's it like discovering a tick on your body? Because I think I would call 911.
Did it take a while or were you like, something's happening on me and I don't know where?
the first, okay.
It's always like, I feel like in here,
Ugh.
these areas.
I know. God, they're so gross. I was like screaming. I was like, get it off me.
I know.
Yeah.
And I had like I have a mole on my scalp right here
Interesting.
or something that I'm always like, it's there. There it is.
Yeah, moles always. I'm like, what is that? Oh,
Yeah.
it's my own body.
Yeah.
As usual. Okay, so a couple times, let's see. Around my dad's house, there's some trails in the woods, and this is my fault. I stopped to take like a I'm in the woods video, and then it
Right.
just like jumped on the shoe and rode back all the way with me. So that one didn't make it to my skin, but it was a big honker, and it got all the way back to the house.
Right.
Scary.
And then one I was
How far did you get up to? Your sock?
on the shoe.
Yeah.
Oh,
were
laces.
you like,
I think it was hugging the laces. I took
Gotcha.
the shoe off and I
Little
was
buddy.
like, okay, thank goodness. Yeah. I don't want it on me. Yeah, it puts its head in you.
Right.
Why?
I know.
Ew, it's so rapey.
He's like this.
Just burrowing her head under her skin. The other one, this is such a stereotype of Vermont, but it's true. I went to a polyamorous lesbian wedding.
Oh my God,
Will you
I
give
love
me
it.
every moment of this
What were
wedding?
you wearing?
It
Yeah,
was
I must
awesome.
know. I
What's
must know.
the playlist?
Oh wow. What
Tori
was the
Amos.
playlist? It was, it was a lot of R&B and rap.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, I
Gotcha.
love that.
Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it broke the stereotype for me.
Macklemore
Oh,
was on it.
See
oh.
that? Yeah.
He is very a lesbian, I feel.
Yeah.
What were you wearing to the poly lesbian wedding?
I had like a little short sparkly dress.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe not like a woods wedding thing, but
How
I
many
I
people did they marry?
it was only a 2-person, but they had other partners, kind of a thing.
At the,
Oh, that's
at the
fun.
pews, in the pews.
Yeah, they were hanging out.
That's
Seemed a little
awkward
jealous.
to be like, I like her less.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
This
fun.
is my top one.
Yeah.
I'll marry you next week.
Yeah. That's so
I
fun.
was there with Corey. I don't know if he'll like me sharing this, but
Sure.
I went to give him a blowjob in the woods
Oh, God, I love it.
Oh my God, that's
'Cause-
so Vermont.
because I'm a cool Vermont girl.
Yeah,
And I
you
was
are.
like, this is what we do here. And when we got back to the hotel, there was on like wherever I had just on my leg, just on like a lower leg, it had like burrowed its little head in there.
Who's sucking who?
Can you imagine? Do they get them on? Could you get one on your penis, like on?
I don't
directly
doubt
on?
it.
Yeah, right.
It seems like a really great place to go for them because it's pure blood in there.
Yeah.
Especially erect.
Oh my God, yes.
He's like,
Get
Yeah.
under the foreskin and hide or something.
or just
Right.
go in the hole.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
in the pee hole. Oh, okay.
Oh, Vermont.
All right. Vermont.
Like, yeah.
Vermont is
Yeah.
for,
lovers.
is it? Or is
No.
that Virginia?
Well, I have to say, I do love the maple syrup. I love
Yes.
that.
Oh, me too.
You know what I also find fascinating? Vermont borders Canada, right? Mm-hmm. We drove through, we went from Montreal back to the States.
Yep.
We went through the Vermont border. It was so quaint. It was just
Vermont
like
what?
the Vermont border in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
It
yeah.
wasn't, it was just like a quaint little booth.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything
Yeah.
insane. And then we ate, and I was still amazed that there's still French speaking people that have drifted over into the northern part
Yeah.
of Vermont. That I found that to be incredibly fascinating.
I love
Yeah.
the Quebecois.
That they kept going.
They migrate. They're migratory.
Yes.
When I was doing the film there, we stayed in another Airbnb in Jamaica. So we were there. We had a couple different ones, and a bunch of the actors stayed in one. And then I actually had like 2 days off that I could just hang out. So I was like kind of going around the little town and going to like the general store, which, oh my God, what a pleasure to be like, should I
general
have
store.
a root beer flavored candy cane?
Yes.
Old timey.
Yes. So many root beer sticks, whatever
Yes.
this
Oh
what
my
is this called?
God. My brother and my sister-in-law had those at their wedding. They had a bunch of little candy sticks for
that's
that was like
fun.
their favorite, and it was so cute. But anyway, there was a drama in the Airbnb because there was a guy, one of the actors and the makeup girl became quote unquote best friends, which is what people call it when they're each seeing someone else.
Gotcha.
Then I guess like but we were like all staying in the same place. But you know, it's like on the first day, everyone's like, no, we'll be respectful. Like, we're good. It's fine. And then like on the last day after, like we've had like 3 cast parties where everyone's like getting hammered. Like, I guess like they got in a fight I think that they were hooking up and they got in a fight, and then we all had to like ride back in the RV where like they weren't talking.
It's a
But
long drive.
he was being nuts. I guess what she said that he was they got in a fight, then she was sleeping in the living room area, even
The
though
makeup artist?
the makeup artist, and then the guy came and was like fighting with his girlfriend loudly on the phone while she was laying down sleeping. So I believe women. I mean, I believe that he was the aggressor. He was being weird. I wish I could remember. This is how I always am with gossip. I'm like, something crazy happened, but don't ask me any details.
And then you fill in the holes with your lies.
Yes. Me and
then
Mike
he buried her in the woods.
Yeah, he killed her. He killed her. Me and Mike went on Rich and Bonnie's podcast, their new podcast, and they did the Newlyweds game with us, which was fun. And we got like, the question was who lies more, and it was just so funny because we both answered it so quickly. And Mike was like, "Yeah, it's Katie." I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying half the time. I'm just spewing nonsense.
I'm trying to get through my day.
Yeah. But anyway, so Carmen, tell us more about you. Tell us about your
what's your
journey.
self-care?
Enough
What do you
about
do
me.
self-care?
Oh, self-care, dude. Okay. Well, you were talking about, I got really excited when you mentioned candles earlier. I'm a big candle girl.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
have
get after it.
So many. And they're
What
all
is
like
it about
stuffed
them?
under my couch. They smell good.
It feels like you're creating a moment for
Yeah.
yourself when you light one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they smell good. And you're like, it's winter, but is it summer? Because it smells like summer right now.
Right.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
they're so
It's
cozy.
like white
Yeah.
linen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did laundry. I didn't.
In terms of the scents, do you like a floral? Do you like more of a musky? I feel like you're like a fir tree because of the Vermont background.
I love a fir tree. And it's like those
Fir tree's good.
balsamic vinaigrette.
Oh my God.
Probably
Delicious.
one.
Ooh.
A balsam fir. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are my faves
Those
for
are-
sure.
for me-
I like the pillows that have that.
Oh
smell.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a candle warmer. Cannot recommend that enough, especially for like ADHD, because I'll light a candle
Yeah, and
leave
leave
the
it.
house for a week.
Yeah.
Whereas a candle
Yeah.
warmer, I put it on a timer for 2 hours.
Oh, they have timers.
Uh-huh.
That would be cool.
Does
'cause-
yours plug in? I got one that plugs in, and it just was such an eyesore.
It is. Yeah,
And then I was
it's
like, I
nice.
could probably heat my queso in this.
Yeah.
If I, like,
Yeah.
it could also
Oh my
be a
God.
cheese warmer
It
if you
could
wanted
be
to.
cheese
Party
warmer.
platter.
Or a
That's like a good idea.
teacup
Yeah.
warmer as well.
That's legitimately amazing. I can't believe I didn't think of that. To just keep my mug of matcha warm.
Yeah.
I'm a matcha lady too.
Oh, you like the matcha?
I'm in my matcha
Do you
era.
do coffee at all, or you're just like you
Do
wake
you
up
do it
and
yourself
you do a
with the
matcha?
brush?
Yeah, not a
Okay.
brush. I bought one of those little like
I love those.
The spinner.
They're great, yeah.
I was like, it's been in my Amazon cart for years.
Oh, get it.
If you go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx, they always have it in line, like on the way to.
Yeah.
It's like a cheapo depot item. It'll
Yeah.
probably break down several times in your life, but
Yes.
you just go get another one.
Exactly.
I just throw it in the ocean.
yeah. Yeah.
Directly on that Texas-sized piece of land or
Yeah.
trash. It's got to be twice as big as Texas by now, right? I've
think
heard
they
it
started-
is Texas-sized
They
for
started
years.
cleaning it.
Did they?
They started cleaning the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
They're putting it in
they're-
another part of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're pushing it over to
We
China.
put
Yeah.
it in the Pacific.
Well, I started drinking in my coffee. I'm a big coffee lady, but I've been doing lattes more lately because I did get an espresso, so I do the espresso. And I got the collagen coffee creamer.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, and it's so yummy, and it's like starts you off with like a little kick of protein, but I need to get the spinner because it
Yeah.
clumps.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mike just is drinking the clumps. I don't know what's going on with him. He's out of his mind. I'm like, are you
He's
drinking
like, the clumps will make me stronger.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not operating at that level. I don't notice any clumps. I'm like, okay, what's happening?
Men are so awesome because they're so dumb.
Yes, I know. It's like it's just nothing
chewing.
phases him. Just
Yeah.
chewing the clumps.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Just chewing
But I
his
need the
coffee.
spinner because I need to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
Highly
that
recommend.
spinner.
It's pretty cheap.
What's your brand of matcha that you go to? Are you into ceremonial grade or
Yes.
you just
I can't believe.
really
I'm so
the
glad you're able to
highest
ask that
grade?
question.
Yeah.
I've been able to talk to no one about this.
No one.
Yeah. Oh, I know my matchas.
that's amazing.
Ceremonial is so expensive.
It is.
What is it coming out like per cup?
About $1.
That's
not
not
bad.
bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much is that on street value?
Ooh.
Meaning, like, if you went into and got a ceremonial matcha, In Manhattan.
$8-9. Yeah, with an alternate milk or whatever. Because I do
loved
it with
Chacha
water.
Matcha for a while, and I loved the
Yeah.
decor in there. But
Yeah.
after you're like, that was always a treat because that was getting to be a $6 or $7.
Oh yeah.
And this was pre-COVID, so I would assume that it's gone up a little.
Yep, for sure.
Well, a lot of places like Starbucks, like they're just using culinary grade matcha,
Yeah.
which is way less vibrant. It's got that dull green.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost got like a fishy, and they cover it by putting a
the
ton of
umami.
sugar in it.
Yeah, I was about to say there's too much sugar in it.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I tried to get matcha at Starbucks one time. I'm like, can you not put sugar in it? They're like, we don't do that.
We can't not
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to make it at home because otherwise they just dump sugar in it.
Yeah.
I want to put my own sugar in it.
Yeah, I like to put a different sugar.
I foam up. I use the foamer again with
Yeah.
this pistachio milk thing. It's like it's got tiny bit of sugar in it, and it's just very pistachio flavor. I foam that up with that little foamer and pour that on top.
What a treat! And light
It's
your
great.
candle.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
light my white
God.
Fiji candle from and just feel like I'm on a beach.
What's the
Oh,
most
matcha.
expensive candle you've ever bought?
Ooh, I think there's like a local woman. I wish I could remember her name because she's amazing. She makes these like homemade
Vermont?
soy. She's in Brooklyn, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
These homemade like soy candles with like the little like pieces of sea glass in them and the wood wick.
I like
Oh,
a wood wick.
yeah.
Wick all
And
the
it's like
way.
it's a lavender that she
Yeah.
just makes herself. And oof, I was probably like $35 and it's small.
That's reasonable.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
My favorite candle place in the entire world is in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I'm blanking on the name. I think it's at a place called The Beanery, which is it's like a coffee shop, and then they have like little gifts. They have these incredible, I wish I could remember the name. Of course I can't. I mean, when can I ever remember anything that I'm trying to recommend
Plus, like,
to anyone?
If your brain is keeping
Right.
that information, there might be something wrong with your brain. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like people are like, oh, her memories are so bad. It's like, why would you keep that information?
It's not necessary.
No.
I got lyrics
Yeah, it might
that I'm holding on to right now.
I have to remember a lot of 90s R&B songs, so
Right.
there's
It's
no
so
room
funny.
for
I know. I'm like, this information could be dangerous to people, and I shouldn't let them. But it's such an incredible candle brand, and we don't do notes anymore on the show, so I'm gonna have to just look it up here. Fort Collins Candle Company.
I've always wanted to indulge in one of those diptyque. I walk by a Joe Malone place that looks really expensive, but I have a thing of like if you do $100 candle, it's like you might as well just burn. I might as well
money.
$100
Yeah.
bill that smells good when I burn it.
Oh, I got that incense that was I haven't
love
burned it though.
incense.
I don't burn incense ever, but it was the one that was supposed to be what's her face was like, this is my pussy or whatever.
Goop,
Oh, the Goop one.
Gwyneth
yeah.
Paltrow, or is there another girl with?
No, it wasn't Gwyneth. I
Okay,
don't remember who it was.
Beldamia. Beldamia is they do these incredible floral combinations, and it'll be like moonlit study.
Yes.
And it's like
Ooh.
all
The
these different.
names.
Oh my god, they smell and
Yeah.
I'm gonna order them in bulk. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. It needs-
Beldamia.
Like, I'm
You got
gonna
the
write that
information
down.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so you're doing a matcha. You're doing like an Americano matcha, and then you're putting a pistachio cream on top
Yes.
with a touch of sugar.
No sugar. There's a little bit of sugar in the milk.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's
I'm
they
not
add
a
just
sugar
cane
person
sugar,
in my
tiny bit.
coffee.
No, I
No.
would way prefer to
Well-
have like a treat.
I'm
Yeah.
quite choosy where I put my sugars because we already get a lot in our diet.
Yep.
So I'm not going to add an extra.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
I avoid it at all where I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love sugar though.
I love it. I love it.
Addicted.
It's so
oh
good.
God, I love a treat.
Yeah.
I love a trinket.
I made pumpkin bread this week. I'm so sorry I didn't bring it, but I ate it immediately.
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
Yeah. I really would have brought it. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
canned,
all right.
Canned pumpkin.
Yeah.
Or did you
that was
roast?
that was part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do canned when
It's
you're already
perfect. Yeah, it's already like the
Ugh.
perfect.
Right. I
so
do like
moist.
pumpkin.
So moist.
I keep meaning to do pumpkin overnight oats.
Oh,
Yes,
keep
overnight
meaning to.
oats.
I have a great pumpkin recipe that I took from Justine Snacks. I forget what her
I
real
follow
name
her.
is now.
Yeah. Is she the
I know that
bean?
one, yeah.
She also does a lot of bean dishes.
She does a lot of beans. She kind of annoys me because she just has too much personality. I know that's I feel like it's internalized misogyny where I'm like, enough with your personality. Just give me your
Right.
recipes, you stupid bitch. And she's like, when you're on vacation, I'm like, ah.
Right. You don't need that.
she had a great recipe, which I kind of commandeered, but it's like a cup of quinoa, a cup of pureed pumpkin, and then you put in like a cup of chicken broth, and you put in some Calabrian chili. I also now add like 3 to 6 eggs, and then you whisk it all together, cover it, bake, and then you stir in spinach. And I also stir in Parmesan. So that was her recipe, and I kind of like changed out like a few things. It's such an incredible, delicious vegetarian casserole. The pumpkin, it doesn't taste like pumpkin because it adds to the savoriness. Like I use Trader Joe's
it's kind of like a squash. It's meaty.
It's meaty.
Fleshy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's super savory.
Yeah.
Fleshy.
It's fleshy.
But yeah, that's one of my favorite pumpkin recipes.
That sounds great.
So
Yeah.
good. So yummy.
I
Now-
like a good pumpkin pie.
Oh my God. I
love
love
that. And I feel like-
pumpkin pie.
It's overlooked during the Thanksgiving. Like people don't really think about it too much, but I've made it past Thanksgiving and just treated myself with a pumpkin pie.
I get it year round.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I get one, at Whole Foods and just take it home and eat the whole pie. And then you're like, why do I feel so sick?
I'm like, pumpkin's a vegetable. This counts for something.
Right?
Last year, I demanded that my mom makes a great pumpkin pie.
Same.
She roasts the pumpkin. Like my parents grow their own pumpkins. So she had like grown a bunch of pumpkins that year
Where is your mom located?
in Indiana.
Okay, I was just checking to make sure we didn't have the same mom.
We're sisters. We almost could be.
I was just saying, I would not be
Brunettes.
surprised, Mom. Who are you
but-
messing around with?
My mom, I was like begging her to make 2 pumpkin pies because I was like, I always get like the tiniest sliver. I want to eat half of a pie. And then I was the only one that ate it. And then we had a whole other pumpkin pie that she had to freeze. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. Sorry that I demanded that I'll eat a whole pie myself and then bailed on it.
Yeah, just got a slice.
But it was good.
It freezes nicely.
Yeah, she froze it up.
Nice.
Now, in terms of the caffeine of the matcha, though, so like, you're having like 1 cup. What's the caffeine in that? Is it enough to like push you through the day?
Yes, I had to. Well, I started on cappuccinos. That was where I was.
Okay.
And I was having panic attacks, and it was like a little
it's
too jittery
espresso,
for me.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love espresso. It's so yummy. So I was like, I need something with less caffeine. So I had that like withdrawal period where I just felt like shit for a week.
Did you get headaches?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's tough.
So I just felt bad. And then but I was having matcha. So like my body eventually adjusted to it, and it has L-theanine in it. So the caffeine spike is not up and down. It's more of like a gentle bell
So
curve.
you're not getting a depression. It sounds like you're not getting a depression when
Yes.
this goes
No.
down.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't get the that like jitter and that which I actually had a cappuccino today for the first time in months, just because I wanted to play with the game. Let's see,
Right.
see how we do.
Revisit.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Well, that's
Yeah.
when that's when you're like, I think I just had a breakthrough.
Yeah. I know. I'm like gonna write a script as soon as I leave here.
Yeah. I get the jitters, but it's like I can't do the withdrawal.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yep.
Oh my God, your necklace is so pretty. I'm
thank you.
loving this. I'm just noticing it. Tell us the
It's just-
story.
I
behind
love
this.
yours too. I was staring at it earlier.
Thank you.
I don't have a necklace.
What the
I just have a
hell?
turtleneck.
Yeah, 'cause, like, if you do have a necklace, we can't see it.
I like when
You
people
can-
wear it just like
it dangles over.
Yes.
it's like, oh my God, am I in the 90s right now and I'm on a
Yes.
date French braiding my hair for a date? I'm so obsessed with the 90s. I don't know why, but tell us the
it was a
story of
very
your
fun
necklace.
time.
It's so colorful
Great
and
time
cute.
period.
I had a show at that New York Comedy Club that's in not Stamford, the one that's in New Jersey.
Oh, the Atlantic City one?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's in like a giant mall, basically.
Yeah.
I never
And-
get to go to that one.
Oh, don't.
But I'm not fighting for it.
I mean, yeah, maybe just go on the weekends if they ask. But yeah, weekdays are a little rough.
Right.
A lot of traffic.
Yeah.
It's a long journey, and it's only one show. But I just had like a few minutes, so I went down to like Francesca's, that like store that's supposed to be for teenage girls. I love a store for
no.
teenage girls.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love a
Yeah.
knockoff Claire's.
Yeah, exactly. It was like Claire's.
Yeah.
And they had like this for $5, just a beaded necklace, and I was like, I want that.
Cute.
It's perfect.
And it matches this little bracelet that I made.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's-
made a little
it
friendship.
says-
You made it. Oh, I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We'll have to bleep that. We don't say
Yeah.
that word on here.
Google
Because it
won't let you
demonetizes.
monetize.
Yeah,
I
demonetizes us.
hate that it takes all these words from us.
It's censoring
I had
us.
to censor my special because of
Yeah.
meaning my title. I had to put little stars in the vowels.
Yeah.
And I still feel like still hurt me to name it what I did.
Yeah. My special was very demonetized. I only get those like weird ads on it. The only like the ones that are only bold enough, which is it's like the king like getting stuck in a vat of coins and dying, like those ads.
Right.
Just the weird ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I made like $20.
Your special, you had a great reception. What are you gonna do next? Are you working on doing more stand up?
I have another hour ready to go. I just don't. Nobody wants it. You know what I mean? So it's like, sure, well, I'll just tour with this for a while and like hopefully build another hour on top of that so that I can just switch it out again. Which is kind of what I did with this special because it took me like 13 years to film a special.
Yeah.
So I just had like everything ready to go for a tour. So I'm hoping to do that again. I think build another hour on top of this hour. Do that. You get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What is you're sometimes you're just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I know. You're like
nobody wants
Sisyphus
It's
pushing the rock
chopping
up the
a
hill.
tree in the wood. You're like, is anybody hearing this?
Yeah.
No. It's a bummer.
And you guys have like the best specials too. You guys have incredible specials. I'm like, if this were 10 years ago, the amount of fame that we would all have.
Right.
Yeah.
Insane.
And then you just get lumped with everybody that does YouTube specials.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny when you're like, oh, what do you want as a credit? And you're like, YouTube special. And then you just want to make fun of it, being like, well, anyone can get a YouTube special.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I saw somebody I think wrote on my special a mean comment, and it was like, I guess so anyone can just do a comedy special now on YouTube, and it was like
yeah, dude.
Yes, you've grasped the direction in which the art form has gone. That's what we're doing.
Wait till you hear about Netflix, dog.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, you think I wanted to do this? You think I wanted to do this?
I sometimes think Netflix feels like celebrities' own personal Instagram accounts.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle can just slap anything up there.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, like a 15-minute video. I'm like, is this his Instagram? Like, why are we?
Yeah.
Why
he just got $1 million.
Yeah.
But so you had a great special. I loved your special because you had like, it just looked so visually well done.
Thank you.
Were you happy with like the way it came out?
Yes. I was really happy I was really lucky. I have like a close friend, Matt Ott, who did all of my. He's never done a special before, but he's done a lot of videos. I've worked with him a bunch, and he's just been a good friend forever, and he loves comedy, and he produced shows. So he did all the videography. We had like I flew in what are they called? Cinematographer? I don't know.
Like a director or like a DP, maybe a director of photography.
We had all the people there.
Wow! So you put a lot of your own money into it. That sounds good.
I lost so much money on this.
But no, I don't think you lose it because
goes.
it's a tax write-off. Because I put no money into the video of mine, and you can tell. You can really tell. I'm like, why is it so grainy? We had no lighting. So now you have a podcast also. What's going on with your podcast? Is it kind of newish, or have you been doing it for a while?
It was just me and Corey for a while. We recently started having guests on. We would love to have you guys on.
Oh my God, of course.
Okay, cool. It's a bit of a trek, and it's not super popular, but we have fun with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what
also
a podcast
what we're doing.
is. Yeah. I mean, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
So what's the podcast about? What's the
That's such a good question.
Yeah.
We're still figuring it.
Yeah. It's called In Cahoots. It's me and my boyfriend, and we are both comedians, and we play games with guests and like kind of goof around, but some guests are not like fun that way, so we just let them.
Isn't it surprising some comics you're like
oh, you're bad.
You're different. You're amazing on stage, but like a complete bore off stage.
Yeah, or like
it's
just
so
openly
mind-blowing.
mean. You're like, you're on my podcast. You're gonna be mean. Okay, that's okay. I'm going with it. Does Corey share your love for candles and matcha?
No.
Oh, really?
Not even a little bit.
Wow.
No. He seems to like more than tolerate it, but yeah.
Is it out of control that he has to tolerate it?
Time for my one matcha.
Yeah.
Do you live with your boyfriend? You live by yourself? No.
Yeah, no, we live together now. I know you went to my old place. I was there for 10 years. It cost, I think, $600 a month. And you could tell it cost $600 a month. And I just recently left last year in like June.
Oh, that was a great spot.
It was great because it cost that little money. But now I'm in like a place that has I don't know, an oven that works. Like there's so many
Yeah.
perks. There's no bugs or mice, which my cat doesn't love that, but it's got a washer and dryer in the basement. It's just so much better.
When you upgrade, I know, because when you lived there, I was living in the artist commune, and which we also had a myriad of easily solvable problems if I was willing to pay more than $419. $419. And I wasn't. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. It was fun because we were neighbors for a while, and we had a good time.
I forgot to bring wigs.
That's okay.
I had it on my little...
Actually, tell us a little bit about your wig collection.
I get it, because I've been collecting wigs over the years.
Yeah?
Yes.
Isn't it fun? You just accumulate them.
It is, and as soon as you put one on, you really do feel like the person that would wear it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really gets you into that role.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, when we were neighbors, I always had fun coming over to your house because you had a cute little bedroom, but then you just had the whole wall was just a massive collection of wigs, and it was like such fun. Tell us what got you into the wigs. What set you off on your wig journey? Your journey into madness.
It's one of those things that you're like, where does this begin? At the beginning of time?
It just happens sometimes.
It's in your DNA. You've always been a wig person.
One day you're like, I have 4 wigs. Should I go for it?
I don't know how I have like probably 70 or 80 wigs.
Wow.
Like so
That's
many.
a lot. I'm at probably 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
makes
some I've
more
thrown
sense.
out because I felt like they were cheap
Yeah.
costume
those.
wigs. And I'm now, I want quality wigs. Yes. I even looked at a video of a woman. She was doing extensive hair loss, or she was having it. And there's a place, because I've thought about it, because I have a little bit of hair loss. And I was so blown away by how amazing these wigs are getting these days.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
the wigs. But you
And
have
like
the
extensions and stuff.
Also, a lot of actresses and pop stars, they're all wearing wigs.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no, because I was
At
like,
least extensions.
There's
Like, they
no
have,
way
like,
if you're above
full long.
If you're like in your like 40s, you have mermaid hair.
right,
Yeah.
right. And then all of a sudden you had short hair, and then now you have long hair. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, are we supposed to pretend like nothing's happened?
Right.
Like we've noticed nothing.
Yeah.
But do you ever just like wear the wigs out? You're
No.
like, I'm feeling like a blonde today.
Yeah. I probably would have done that now I'm just like too tired.
Right.
Just like
I remember you had
be at home in my wigs.
I know. Yeah, you're like, I just look at them.
Yeah.
They're just there.
I just comb them in the dark.
Do you still have them up on the wall? Do you have
No.
you have
You
them
put 'em
packed
down.
away?
Yeah.
I
Vacuum
love
sealed
how it
so
was
they fit.
it was like a decor element,
Yeah.
but also your
literally
passion just
an
to come into
entire
someone's
wall.
living room and the entire wall
Yeah.
was
Oh,
all wigs.
like
Yeah.
lids, but
Yeah. But
Wigs.
Yeah. Instead of hats, it's
Yes.
wigs.
I love it. So unique. But you
sorry.
so sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Are you
That's what
going
happens-
into wigs? Because I was gonna segue into another question that I actually want to ask, because I know
I
that
had
you
a
want
different other question also, but
Ask them at the same time.
It's about hair.
mine was also about hair.
Maybe it's the same question
Well,
because
Carmen had a bowl cut for a while, and I was gonna go.
it's not even a bowl cut. You went straight shaved and you went and growed it out, and now it's so
Both.
crazy to me that time is gone that now you have really long hair.
Yes,
Yes.
So that's. I think we were
We're in
asking
the
the
same-
same question.
yeah.
Yep.
Tell us about the journey, because you
Of
shaved it as
shaving.
part of
Yes.
your comedy show that you had with Julia, right? You
Yeah.
guys did like a public.
Yes,
Julia
Bull Cut, the comedy show,
Johns.
Julia
Okay.
Johns. Yeah, and I
Gotcha.
had a show called Bull Cut, and
Yeah.
I put my money where my mouth was after a certain point. I had long hair with like those
Yeah.
bangs, those like
You had big bangs for a while.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Oh my
remembering
God.
it. Oh my
thick
god,
bangs for a while.
2013.
for so long that even like, you know, when like a little comment gets in your head, like years ago, somebody had been like, so you've never done anything different with your hair ever?
Right.
And I was like, no, why would I? And then like that just
Yeah.
like flashed in my head all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, what would I look like with a shaved head?
Yeah.
I just kind of was curious. So I went for it. I didn't cut it short enough the first time. So it was like kind of like this like weird buzz cut that looked
Did you do it yourself?
hideous.
It's actually hard to cut short.
I did it myself the first time. At the show, I had everybody cut it into a bowl cut, and that actually looked like a regular pixie cut. It didn't really look like a bowl cut.
Gotcha.
And then I did it myself, and then I went to a place. Like Maria Heinig came and like
Okay.
saved my ass. She goes, "What the problem is? It's not short enough." And I was like so scared. And then she took me to a barber, and we brought it down to a 1 or 2, whatever it is.
Yeah, it was tight.
Yeah.
You had it tight.
It was great.
Yeah.
And you looked great.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show this. I actually used this in a video that I made
cute.
recently because it was a
God.
video about me having a drinking problem. And this was us when you used to work at the Creek in the Cave,
Yep.
right? And this
Yes.
was at the Crawfish Boil. But this is when you had that hair.
Yep.
Now, I don't even think I was that hammered. I think I was just goofing.
Yeah, I don't think you were hammered.
I
at
showed
all.
this picture to Mike. He was like, "You were so hot." I'm like, hello, I look the same. I look the exact same. What are you saying? But I actually posted this. I meant to tag you in it, but I didn't. I just like part of a video that I did, and then you're just in it against your will. But look at those bangs. Look at
They're
those
so thick.
bangs. Yeah.
I had to wash them every day. They'd get so greasy.
Oh,
Yeah,
tough.
I just decided to grow mine out.
I had bangs for
And
a
I'm
brief moment of
pretty
instability. Yeah.
I
it was-
do like bangs though. Every
Yeah,
few
me too.
years,
Yeah.
you're like, I think I can do them differently this time.
Yeah.
And then you get them, you see a photo, and you're like, I'm not the cool girl with
No,
bangs.
I'll never go beyond curtain bang. I think I
I
could
love
do
a
I could
curtain.
do like a curtain again.
Yeah.
A little curtain bang, but it's like it's just so much maintenance. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And they grow fast.
How
Yeah, I
long
was
have you
cutting
had
my own bangs.
Yeah, oh, were
Yeah.
I
you?
don't know if you could absolutely tell 100%, but
Who has the time to just go to the salon to get your bangs trimmed?
Yeah.
They're always like they always say that, oh, like come back in 2 weeks
Yeah.
and we'll give a free bang trim. I'm like, do you think I'm out of my mind?
Right.
Who has that kind of time on their hands?
I did it once over here, and she did do it, but you do feel like she's like, we weren't serious.
I know, right?
yeah.
Like you show up and you have to wait for them to,
Right.
because you can't make an appointment.
And you're just standing in the middle of the store while they do it. It's almost
God.
like, will you put my pants on for me? You know, like,
Mommy. After my wedding, I really want to get a bold haircut. So I'm either going to go
Ooh.
really short again, or I'm thinking like I might do like a wolf cut. I don't know. I
bet
want to
you
do
look
something.
so good with what's it called when people shave?
Oh, the undercut. I had
Yes.
one. I had one a
Those
couple
are
summers
awesome.
ago. I had a little undercut just on one side, and it looked so cute.
Yeah.
But I actually heard that those are like that's what aging millennials get now.
Oh.
So yeah.
doesn't
I
it just take one comment like that?
Yes.
Like
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
so true. I'm like never again.
Oh, yeah.
I got one of those shirts. I thought it was fun and cute. And I saw like Leandra Cohen wear it, who does Man Repeller. And it was just a t-shirt with the lines that look like breasts. And then I saw a girl being like, those shirts are the live, laugh, love of Brooklyn. And I was like, I've never worn it
Yep.
ever again.
So
Yep.
funny. You're like, and I'm decimated.
Yeah.
When you find out you're a demographic,
Yeah.
Oof.
it's so, you're like, no original thought.
It's so
It's
true.
happening here.
It's so true. Joe Firestone has a great joke that she did on the Tonight Show about like you go past a store window and you're like, whoa, what's that in the window? And then it's like Ann Taylor Loft. And you're like, no. But it's so true. Like some of the stuff is good.
Yep.
I used to get my pants there.
Right. Well, I'm like, I used to love going to Urban Outfitters, and then I'm like, I don't even think this will fit my leg. They're
Or it's
so
like, it has
tiny.
holes
Yeah.
that the whole thing is just holes. So you're like,
Yeah.
how do I even put this on? All holes. It's so funny with Urban Outfitters because I remember when I was in college, like when I was like 18, 19, I was like, that's the coolest store in existence. And
That's
now it's
all
the
I went
same
to.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how? It's the same I feel about like Forever 21 when they came in the mall when I was like 17. I was like, oh my God. And now
love
I'm like,
Forever
wait,
21.
I'm 40? What? They're still
Right.
around.
You're
No,
like,
you're forever 21.
yeah.
Forever.
Forever.
That's
Forever
a good
and
base
ever.
except Forever 21. Now it's just down to one sad store.
Yeah, now
Yes.
I
It's
don't
so
know how they went out of
depressing,
business.
and
They
it-
got like undercut by Shine, I guess.
I think
I was just about to say
so.
they're like Sheen Shine.
Yeah.
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 Because it feels so warehousey when you go shopping, and because I think there was one in a mall where I live, or where my parents live, and I just remember being like, "Well, it's not as fun anymore. It's sad." And then they went too many cartoon characters.
Yeah, now it's just like sad single
like Tweety
moms
Bird.
shopping in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which went out of fashion and then it seems like it came back ironically, but then you can't tell. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll buy
Yeah.
something that I think
like-
is ironic and funny, and people are like, she's actually this person. And I'm like, oh, wait, no.
I think
I'm not a Disney adult.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's ironic if you're young, really young and hot,
Yeah.
and what's that? I can't wait to see.
Oh, you got a man?
Oh,
he's
got a
actually
regular-
well
it's just a man.
dressed.
It's just
Actually,
a man yelling.
I liked his fit.
Well, on that note, it's time to wrap up. We're like, we have to wrap up because there's a man coming in here. Okay, he's charging. Watch Carmen's special. You guys got to watch Carmen's special. It's what's it called?
Sweet Batch.
Sweet Batch. Hilarious. I loved every moment of it. And it was so good and vulnerable.
I have not watched it.
Thank you.
My
Yeah.
silence is not disliked.
Sarah
Totally
will.
fine.
Yeah, Sarah's gonna weigh in
You have a-
after she watches it.
Just be like, I have a kid for like anything you say. It's when would you have an hour?
Yeah, I'm
to
saving a
sit
life.
down?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Well,
please,
I fit in some TikToks. I'll watch it in clips.
Oh, yeah.
Is
I was
how
gonna
watch
say,
it.
like,
Should
if,
have
yeah,
clips.
30 seconds.
Just
is
clip.
fine.
please like and subscribe, everyone, and please join our Patreon if you want to get a special crystal dedication.
Yeah.
Enjoy,
Lady Journey.
Lady Journey.